Hi, good evening. Today's lesson is about telling time. And in this lesson, we will take a look on the clock that is in circle shape. That is the normal clock that we are seeing in our house. So I'm expecting everyone that after this lesson, you will know on how to read time. Okay, let's begin. As you can see in this clock, there are two hands. This is the long hand and this is the shorter hand. The long hand, it tells us minute. It is also called minute hand. The shorthand, it tells our it tells us the hour hand, or it is also the hour hand. Okay, for this lesson in this clock, as you can see, the shorthand points number 2. The long hand points number 12. So what time is it, do you think? Since the shorthand points number 2, you can easily say that it is 2, and then the um, long hand points number 12, so you can easily say that it is 2 o'clock. Okay, now we're going to identify first how you're going to read minute. Okay, as I was saying, we're going first to identify on how you're going to read minute. So we will be focusing on the long hand. But first of all, you have to know how you're going to read the minute from 1, 2, 3, 4 until 12. So let's begin. In minute, you're going to read number 1 as 5. And then number 2 as 10, and then 15, and then 20, and then 25, and then 30, and then 35, and then 40, and then 45, and then 50, and then 55, and 12 will not be counted as 60. We can say 60 because in 1 hour it is 60 minutes. However, for 12, we can just write 0, 20. Okay? That is why it is 60 minutes or 20. Okay? Let's try to understand and read the minute. So let's place the long hand. The long hand tells us the minute. Okay, if the long hand is pointing number 1 and the short hand is pointing number 5, you can just easily identify and distinguish the difference between the short and the long hand. The short hand tells us the hour. The long hand tells us the minute. So since the short hand points number 5, you can say it is 5. That's the hour, 5. Now, the missing is minutes. What should be the minute? 5 what? Look at the long hand. This is the long hand. Look at the long hand. So, the long hand points number 1. You're not going to read the long hand as 1. In minute, you're going to read it as 5. So, therefore, it's 5 and then 5. 5:05. That's it. That's how you're going to read the minute. Let's have another example. Okay, on this example, you can see the shorthand points 5. And this is the hour hand. So you can easily say that it is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. However, we have to identify the minute. What is the minute? Let's say the long hand for minute hand points 2. It points 2. That's the long hand. How are you going to read the minute for you to identify the exact time? So, it is in 2. You cannot say it is 5:2 because in minute, 2 is read as 10. It is read as 10. So, therefore, we can say it is 5. it points 5, the shorthand. The longhand points 2, which is equivalent to 10. So we can say it's 5, 10. That's it. Let's have another example. Okay, for our next example, we're going to place the shorthand, which is the hour hand. The hour hand will be pointing number 6. Okay, that's the hour hand. And then the long hand or the minute hand will be pointing number 9. Again, you will be easily identify which is the long hand, which is the short hand, or which is the hour hand, or which is the minute hand. The long hand tells us the minute, the short hand tells us the hour. And then in this video, in this example, you will easily identify what time is it in hour. As you can see, the short hand, this short hand points 6. So you can say it is 6 o'clock. Now, you have to identify what is the time in minute for you to say the exact time. So look at the long hand or the minute hand. This is the minute hand. It points number what? It points number 9. Now, are you going to read it as 9 in minute? No. You're going to read it as 45. As I said, 1 is 5. Okay, in minute. 2 is 10. And so on. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So therefore, we can say that it is 6:45. Okay? So you got it. It is 6:45. In this another example, you will be easily identify what time is it in this another example. As you can see, the short hand or the hour hand points 3. It points 3. And the long hand or the minute hand points 12. So you can easily identify what time is it. That the short hand points 3, you can say it's 3, and the long hand points 12. In minute, 12 is 60, or you can just write 0 to 0. Therefore, it is 3 o'clock. Okay, it is 3 o'clock. How about this? Let's say the minute hand still point the 12. And the hour hand, which is the shorter one, points 2. You're able to identify easily that it is 2 o'clock. It is 2 o'clock. Very good. What if the short hand or the hour hand points 2, but the long hand points 1? Okay. How are you going to tell what time is it? Okay, first of all, look at the short hand. The short hand points 2. Therefore, you can say it is 2 o'clock. But you have to identify what time is it. So, you're going to look at the long hand or minute hand for you to identify what is the minute. Aside from saying it is 2 o'clock for the hour hand, let's find out what minute it is this time. So as you can see, the long hand points number 1, and number 1 is equivalent to 5. It is 5. Number 2 is 10, 15, 20. Okay, therefore it's 2 o'clock. What's the minute? How you're going to read the minute? 2:05, since it points number 1, and 1 equivalence in minute is 5 minutes. Okay, what if this time the shorthand points 12 and the long hand points 5? Okay, for this time, again, just look at the shorthand for you to easily identify what time is it. The shorthand points 12. You can say it is 12 o'clock. However, this time you're going to find or read the minute time. What is the minute time? For you to read that, look at the long hand, which is this. Okay, it points 5. And in minute, how are you going to read 5 in minute? So go back to number 1. Number 1 is read in minute as 5. 2 is 10. 3 is 15. Add 5, 20. Another 5, 25. And then 6 is 30. Okay, so therefore, for this one, the minute points 5 and it is read in minute as 25. So you're going to place there 25. Therefore, if you're going to read the time on this clock, what time is it now? It is 12:25. Very good. Another one for this one. Look at the clock. Okay. Let's say the shorthand points 7 and then the longhand points 5. Okay. It points 5 because so for this one, as you can see, shorthand points 7, longhand points 5. Now, as I said, shorthand is the hour hand, longhand is the minute hand. So, in this video, you can easily say that it is as long as the shorthand points 7, that is the hour hand. You can easily say that it is 7, and then find the minute. What minute is that? So look at the shorthand, it point number 5. So how you're going to read 5 in minute, since the longhand points number 5, in minute 5 is read as 25. So you can say it is 7:25. Very good. And before I proceed, I just want to let you know, like let's say for example, your time is 7:25. Okay? How are you going to identify AM? What's the difference between AM and PM? Okay? AM is for morning. Okay? PM is for afternoon and evening. Okay, we're going to use AM if it's morning, PM if it's afternoon or evening. Let's say for example, 7:25. You see the clock as 7:25 and it is evening. It is night on your end. Okay, so therefore, what should be the proper reading for this time? 7:25. Is it AM or PM? Very good. It's PM since it is evening. Okay, 7:25 PM.